Let's go to Charlton now, the little town that went underwater in January's floods and remains in crisis. Its water-damaged hospital is closed and the town's doctor says he may be forced to join an exodus from the area. Homeowners are even considering blocking roads into the town as part of their ongoing battle with insurers. Kirsten Vaness reports from Charlton.
It's immediately clear there's a problem when you drive into historic Charlton. These signs were put up as a reminder that their fight is not over.
Look, there's talk of blockading the highway. We're not saying for a long time, but if it gets the point across and lets people know that we're still here, we're still fighting, and we need help to fight these bullies.
Steve Harper says some residents are even prepared to go to jail if that's what it takes.
All fixed up on the outside, but inside we're gutted, just like our houses are.
This is Steve Harper's home, which he bought 7 weeks before January's floods.
So this is pretty bare.
Yeah, this is a kennel at the moment. The dogs are living in here and we're living in outside.
He now lives in a caravan. What's left of the mould-ridden walls lies in the backyard. He hasn't been able to get any money from his insurance, which covers stormwater damage, but not floodwater.
The water came from about where those cars are now.
Mm-hmm. And it was clear water?
Absolutely. You could have drank it.
The issue of insurance is affecting the very heart of the community. The floods left Charlton's hospital unfit for patients, and now the town's only doctor is contemplating leaving.
The loss of the hospital and the aged care facility represents about 1/3 of my annual income, and to lose that for 1 year is something that we could consider accommodating. To lose it for 2 years is a stretch.
Right. Dr. Stephen Webb also can't get a payout on his damaged home. The state government has promised Charlton a hospital, but the town needs to know when it'll be built.
The longer it takes, the greater impact it has on this community, and I'm certainly hearing anecdotal stories of individuals, families that have given up waiting and are planning to or have left.
It's 6 months since the floods in January covered the town.
Psychologists tell us that it may take up to 7 years for people to recover and for the community itself to recover.
If the community is eroded sufficiently and there's no doctor in town, they're going to have a brand spanking new hospital, very few people to put in it and nobody to look after them.
It's a critical time for Charlton. In a town of just 1,200 people, already 15% have left. And if hope fades for those still fighting for insurance, then more are likely to go. Given there's no hospital and business is still recovering, there's concern it'll be difficult to attract new people to the town.
About 60 residents have enlisted lawyer Michael Bates to take up their fight for insurance.
Our clients, their instructions are the water was clear, it was coming from a drain, it was coming from the back paddocks, then it's not flood, it's local runoff or it's stormwater. So we don't dispute that the Avoca River burst its banks. However, the damage had already been done. So what we say is, well, pay up under the policies on the definition of stormwater.
Margaret and David Mace are among his clients. They're baffled by the insurer Amy's decision to pay out over their shed, but not their house, which is just metres away.
So here we are at the start of the shed. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 metres. In round figures, 18 feet. I'm saying 12, we're actually 18 feet, so by pacing it out.
Amy won't comment on specific cases, but says it also takes the distance a property is off the ground into consideration.
So why do you really think they insured the shed but not the house?
Money.
Amy has fully paid out only 1 of 26 claims in Charlton. Michael Bates is organising a separate hydrologist report to the ones used by the insurance companies.
You're faced with one expert that is independent, but that expert has an obligation to work for an insurance company. It could, I suggest, put them in a difficult position, and that's why we want to test what theories they've put forward.
With much of the rebuild left to individual families, many are literally being left out in the cold.
And I'll have to read wacky weather for Walter.
Jamie and Jennifer Start and their 6 children can't live in their home.
Yeah, we'd like to get the bedrooms done, hopefully, so we can move in at a stage before the frosts really start to hit.
The family now lives in the backyard with 5 in a caravan.
This is our caravan, so Jennifer and I have got a bed here, and it's cosy, but it's warm, it's easy to heat. Down the back here, we've got a bunk, and we have 2 children up the top. We top and tail them, and then we've got Heidi, the baby, down the bottom.
The older 3 children sleep in the garage.
And what's it like sleeping here?
It's a bit like camping, and we got the air conditioner so it's warm.
This week the community got together to help one of its oldest and most respected residents, 85-year-old Brian Walklate, who worked as a doctor in the town for half a century.
So the idea was if you paid Dr Walklate one last visit, pay as in money, we would be able to help him and Mary get back on their feet.
Like many, he couldn't get insurance for his damaged home, so the town set up a bank account for him.
And we just want you to be able to go back into your home and have all the comforts that you had there in the first place.
Well, strictly speaking, of course, the insurance company should be covering all that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? If we can't count on the insurance companies, we need to count on each other.
A sentiment echoed through the town.